Hello guys, I am Rameswar Saab from Science Classes. Today I am going to discuss about very important topic, that is the reactivity of metal and non-metal. First of all, we have to understand and what is the metal. Metal means those type of elements and which are good conductor of heat and electricity is known as metal. And metal have 1 to 3 valence electron. Okay, and when we observe in periodic table, then 1a, group 1a, and in 1a, that all are the alkali metal, that is lithium, sodium, potassium, in this way. And when we compare the reactivity of these all, then first of all we have to find the size of these all metals. Okay, then size depends upon the number of cell, and so when we write the configuration, electronic configuration, then we found that lithium here 2 1, sodium 2 8 1, potassium 2 8 8 1. Then there is a 2 cell, there is 3 cell, there is 4 cell. Then this potassium is larger than that of sodium, and sodium is larger than that of the lithium. Okay, it means that potassium is largest one from these all three. Okay, sometimes this type of the questions ask, and which one is reactive that between sodium and potassium, that is sodium and potassium. Then first of all we have to recognize which atoms is the larger one, and we already know the metal is electropositive in nature. It tends to lose their electrons, valence electrons, and the atoms of elements and which are larger in size, that can lose their electron easily, because the distance between the valence electrons and nucleus becomes more with comparison to the smaller one, and so there is a more tendency to lose the electrons and from the that is the atoms and which is large in size, due to the weak force of attraction between the nucleus and valence electrons. Okay, and so here potassium is more reactive than sodium, because the size of potassium is larger than that of the sodium, and so there is a weak force of attraction between the valence electrons of potassium and nucleus, and so it can easily lose with comparison to sodium. Okay, another, when we discuss about the reactivity of non-metal, like as here in 18 group, when we observe, that is the halogens. Okay, then here like as fluorine, chlorine, and in this way bromine, iodine, in this way comes. Okay, then first of all here when we compare the fluorine and chlorine, then which one is reactive? Then here when we observe, then we found that as we go below in group, then size, that is the cell of atoms increases, due to which its size increases. And here also the chlorine is larger than the top of the fluorine, but in non-metals, the non-metal is electronegative in nature, and so it tends to gain the electrons from the other, and so the non-metal and which size is smaller is more active than that of the non-metals and which size is larger, because a smaller size of the atoms tends to attract the another electrons, because their distance between the nucleus and valence electron is that is the smaller than that of the another larger atoms, and so here fluorine have more tendency to get the electrons, that is it can gain 1 electron easily than that of the chlorines, because its size is small, and so its tendency to gain the electron is more, and so fluorine is more reactive than chlorine. Okay, another, when we